What's good, YouTube? It's your boy D-Rip. Hey, we're gonna figure out how accurate was the Jurassic World Giga because I am an ARK player, right? And I saw how big the Giga is in the world of ARK. Then I went and watched Jurassic World, and I saw that the ARK was a lot smaller, or I saw that the Giga was a lot smaller in Jurassic World than it is in ARK. I'm trying to figure out which one is more accurate, which one is right, which one is the right Giga, right? So, you're an ARK player, you know how big the Giga is. And if you don't follow me on Twitch, make sure y'all go and follow me on Twitch. It will be right somewhere around where my body is, right? Right around my waist area. Follow me on Twitch, man. I will be playing ARK. I play ARK all the time. You know, ARK has been in my life since it came out. And I am excited for ARK 2. So, I'm going to be playing a lot of ARK 2. I'm going to be playing ARK 2 on here too. I'm going to be uploading a lot of ARK starting when ARK 2 comes out. But hey, we here to figure out how accurate Jurassic World's Giga is because I was very upset when I saw how small it was after knowing especially that it was the biggest land carnivore of all time. You mean to tell me that that thing was the same size as a T-Rex? Because in the movie it was. So we're here to see how accurate that was. Hopefully this video shows it, because in the last video I just did and put it at the end of this, I reacted to all of the game's animals versus all of the Jurassic World animals. We did the size comparison, but here we are with the Giga. I'm actually excited for this because I actually have been waiting to do this. I'm not here to watch your intro, my boy.
Around 98 million years ago,
Oh, it's one of
in
these.
Patagonia, there lived a large, terrifying predator. Giganotosaurus was one of the largest carnivorous theropods to ever walk the earth, and has become an iconic dinosaur since its discovery. While it's not quite
Since
as
ARK.
popular as Tyrannosaurus rex, this animal has recently become more famous thanks to its role as the primary antagonist of Jurassic World Dominion.
No, because
While
ARK.
Jurassic World finally brought Giganotosaurus into the limelight, what was shown in the movies is far from what the animal was like in reality.
Oh.
So in this video, we will be taking a look at what Giganotosaurus...
Don't mean to spoil it for y'all, but if y'all didn't see the movie made me mad. Just know that. The Giga in the movie made me mad. Especially being an ARK fan. Hopefully this video doesn't spoil it. I'm not going to try to spoil it for y'all. But the Giga in the movie made me very mad. That's why I'm here now.
was actually like, and compare it to the Jurassic World's rendition. We will start by taking a look at what we know about Giganotosaurus according to science, and then we'll take a look at the Jurassic World Giganotosaurus to see how scientifically accurate it is. Enjoy.
What I'm here for.
The holotype
I was about to
specimen
say,
of
bro.
Giganotosaurus was first discovered in 1993. These fossils came from the Candeleros Formation of Patagonia, and the skeleton was almost 70% complete. In 1995, the animal was named Giganotosaurus carolinii. The genus name, meaning giant southern lizard, and the species name was given to honor the discoverer, Reuben D. Carolini. Giganotosaurus is part of the Carcharodontosauridae family of theropod dinosaurs and is one of the largest members of the family. The name Carcharodontosauridae means shark-toothed lizards and was named after the first species added to the family, Carcharodontosaurus. Carcharodontosaurs were the largest predators of the early and middle Cretaceous and spanned all across the globe. The first Carcharodontosaurs emerged during the late Jurassic with species like Lusovenator. Over time, these animals continue to diversify and become both specialized and bizarre predators. Some evolved crazy features like Concavenator's signature hump, while others went
I want to know what all of this got to do with the
Towards
Giga
the
right now.
end of their evolution, Carcharodontosaurs began to grow larger and larger in size, leading to the giants like Giganotosaurus.
Never mind.
Giganotosaurus could reach lengths of 13 meters long or almost 43 feet. and weighed a whopping 8.3 metric tons, or almost 18,300 pounds. In comparison, the T-Rex weighed a staggering 9.7 metric tons, or 21,384 pounds. Though Giganotosaurus may not have been bigger than a T-Rex, as we're so often led to believe, but hey, at least it was longer than a T-Rex.
So, in the world of ARK, all of these years y'all been pulling my leg, making me think that the Giga was bigger than the T-Rex.
One thing that the T-Rex and Giganotosaurus shared in common, aside from being large, meat-eating theropods, was that they were both warm-blooded animals. In 1999, the paleontologist Rhys E. Barrick and the geologist William J. Showers found that the bones of Giganotosaurus and Tyrannosaurus rex had similar oxygen isotope patterns, with similar heat distribution in the body. These thermoregulatory patterns indicate that these dinosaurs had a metabolism that was somewhere between that of a mammals and a reptiles, and were therefore warm-blooded. The metabolism of an 8-ton Giganotosaurus would have been similar to that of a 1-ton mammalian carnivore, indicating that these animals would have grown rapidly. This would have also meant that these animals would need to eat an average of 30 kilograms of meat per day. While speed estimates vary, research done in 2016 by Asier Larramendi suggests that Giganotosaurus could reach speeds of up to 30 kilometers per hour. They may have used their speed to ambush their prey, or even target slower moving animals for a higher chance of success. Fossils of the closely related Mapusaurus were discovered in a bone bed consisting of 8 individuals at different growth stages. The different size ranges of animals present suggest that Mapusaurus adults were tolerant of smaller individuals, and weren't actively trying to eat or kill them. This led scientists to believe that these animals were part of a group and they died together due to a catastrophic event. Hunting in groups may have been advantageous when taking on large sauropods. Group hunting may have also increased their chances of success. Modern-day Harris hawks, a type of avian dinosaur, will hunt in cooperative groups of up to 2 to 6 individuals. These groups tend to be more successful than lone hawks, with a 10% increase in success per extra individual. However, it's still not 100% certain if Mapusaurus or Giganotosaurus were truly group hunters, or lived in a family unit. While the answer remains unclear, more discoveries will help scientists better determine the full picture. Despite being a massive predator, Giganotosaurus did not have a strong bite. A 2005 study done by Dr.
It didn't have a strong bite. It has one of the strongest bites in the world of ARK. What do you mean? See? ARK, you're starting to disappoint me now. Because you're giving us fake information about this animal. Or reptile, I should say. Been giving us fake information about him from the beginning. I don't like that.
Francois Terrien and colleagues showed that the bite force of a T-Rex was 3 to 5 times greater than that of a Giganotosaurus. In fact, Giganotosaurus and the related Acrocanthosaurus had relatively weak bite forces. Instead, their jaws were more adapted to slicing bites. This is further supported by the shape of their teeth. Giganotosaurus had flat, serrated blade-like teeth, similar to those seen in other Carcharodontosaurs. These teeth were perfect for slicing through the flesh of dinosaurs. The authors also suggest that Giganotosaurus was a generalized predator, and fed on a wide variety of prey. They most likely targeted prey smaller than themselves, such as juvenile sauropods. They may have also just bitten chunks off of larger sauropods, similar to what modern-day orcas do to baleen whales. Furthermore, the absolute Chad chin of a Giganotosaurus may have actually been an adaptation for resisting tensile stress, when the bite was delivered with the front of the jaws against the prey. Who knew that such a cool feature was there for more than just looks? Giganotosaurus lived in the Candelaris Formation approximately 99.6 to 97 million years ago. The environment at the time was mostly semi-arid, with some rivers and streams. Giganotosaurus shared this landscape with the Titanosaur Andosaurus and the Rebachosaurid Limaisaurus. These sauropods may have been primary prey items for Giganotosaurus. Being the largest carnivore in the region, an adult Giganotosaurus would have been the apex predator and would have little to fear. However, there was another large predator in the region, an albilosaurid Ecrixinatosaurus. Ecrixinatosaurus is one of the largest abylosaurids to ever exist, and it's still unclear if these animals were in direct competition with Giganotosaurus.
I need that in ARK.
Maybe they often clashed, or they avoided each other by fulfilling different ecological niches. If a fight were to ensue between the two animals, Giganotosaurus would most likely win by using its larger size to intimidate and scare off opponents. Giganotosaurus was truly an awesome and awe-inspiring animal and would have reigned supreme until its extinction around 97 million years ago. So now that we've gone over what Giganotosaurus was really like as an animal, let's compare it to the Jurassic World version.
That's what we were here for the whole
For
time.
starters, we're gonna look at the head anatomy. The first inaccuracy here is that the Jurassic World Giganotosaurus lacks the absolute Chad chin of the real animal. Instead of giving the animal the more scientifically accurate absolute Chad chin, the Jurassic World Giganotosaurus was given a softer, weak sauce chin instead. Tragic. Moving on, the shape of the teeth are incorrect and are much thicker than the actual animal's teeth. Furthermore, their uneven and jagged arrangement isn't the most realistic and was done to give the Giganotosaurus a more gnarly appearance. In reality, the teeth would have been in a more organized row to help better assist with slicing bites. The skull shape of the Dominion Giganotosaurus seems to be based on older reconstructions of the animal, with a more slender and elongated appearance. The more up-to-date and modern-day reconstructions of Giganotosaurus show a much more stout and compact skull. Another notable feature of the Jurassic World Dominion Giganotosaurus skull is its sharp, blade-like crest. While there isn't direct fossil evidence for such a feature, it's not entirely out of the realm of possibility. In fact, the brow of Giganotosaurus is extensively long, with a knobby, rugose texture alongside the skull. In life, this could have supported a keratin structure of some sorts, so a keratin crest of some form could have been present. Now let's move on to the body. One of the most notable attributes of the Jurassic World's designs are the large spikes and osteoderms running along the neck and back of the animal. Osteoderms are bones embedded within the skin and are seen on modern-day crocodilians. However, Giganotosaurus and other Carcharodontosaurs didn't have such integument. The Dominion Giganotosaurus also has a protruding hump on its back, which is further accentuated by the spikes and osteoderms. Now, one thing that the Jurassic World Dominion design actually did get right was the position of the arms and wrists of the animal. Up until now, all of the Jurassic World theropods had pronated wrists, meaning that their palms faced downward. In reality, theropod wrists pointed towards each other, similar to modern-day birds. The Jurassic World Giganotosaurus actually has this correct wrist placement. The only major difference is that the arms of the real Giganotosaurus would have been slightly smaller. And finally, the last inaccuracy worth mentioning is the time period. The Jurassic World Dominion prologue is set during the end of the Cretaceous period at 65 million years ago. However, we now know that the Cretaceous period actually ended 66 million years ago. And of course, Giganotosaurus shouldn't be here since it died out 97 million years ago. The only reason it was featured here was so that it could have a face-off with the T-Rex. One of the main reasons why Jurassic World dinosaurs typically get a pass for being so inaccurate is because they are genetically engineered with modern-day animal DNA added in.
Ain't no way you telling me this is a raptor.
They are genetically engineered
like a
with
dodo bird.
modern-day animal DNA added in to fill in the gaps. However, the Giganotosaurus featured in the Cretaceous prologue looks the exact same as the modern-day clone, so that excuse doesn't really apply here. It would have been nice if the prologue Giganotosaurus was actually anatomically accurate and up to date, because if anything, that would better reinforce the idea that the dinosaurs in Jurassic World that are shown in the modern day are not meant to be identical to their extinct counterparts. But if that was the case, I wouldn't have made this video. Before I conclude this video, it's important to mention that nothing stated here is to necessarily discredit or disprove of the Jurassic World design. Rather, the entire purpose of this video was to better illustrate the differences between the fantasy of Jurassic World and the reality of the fossil record.
That's
The
what I wanted to
scientific
watch.
accuracy of Jurassic World dinosaurs will always be a contentious subject, since it never seems entirely fair comparing movie monsters to the real extinct animals. However, these films have a tremendous impact on the public's perception of dinosaurs and do an excellent job invigorating public interest. The goal of these videos is to use that interest to create a more healthy and fun.
The theory here was just as tall as the Giga and the T-Rex in the movie. That's why I was curious.
Approach to science communication. Through my artwork and animation, I hope to make learning about the movies and the real science fun and enjoyable for everyone. And while I crack jokes here and there, I promise it is not out of bad faith. After all of us love dinosaurs and enjoy these Jurassic movies. Any dialogue about dinosaurs is good, so might as well have fun with it. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel and share.
Oh, hey man, what y'all think? We learned a lot of information. I love science, love information like that. But hey, we all know Jurassic Park is inaccurate too. So I don't even know who to believe at this point. Only thing they got right, he said, was the arms, and they were still too long. But I guess Jurassic Park's was more accurate than the ARK one, because the one in ARK is like 40 feet tall. But hey, I actually like this video. It actually taught me, a lot. Because I was actually curious after watching that movie. I was like, which one is actually real? Like, is it the ARK one or is it Jurassic World? Like, but this video broke it down for me. So, hey man, if you like this video, you like this kind of content, make sure I go and hit that thumbs up for me. Show me that you support it and you like it. Let me know what y'all want me to react to next. Like the video, subscribe if you're new. It's your boy D-Riv, man. I'm out.